I'm Polin Fong, FemLINKPACIFIC's rural correspondent convener based in Ostori. I've been with FemLINKPACIFIC since June 2008. I started off as a focal point, and after seeing a few conveners and correspondents coming to Nosori in August 2012, I was made the convener correspondent for Nosori. Personally, for me, it's just my personal growth as a woman, finding confidence to be able to work with other women and to work with the local government and the local planners in our community. And for our network, it's the growth of our network. When I first started, we just had a small core group of women consistently coming to the network meetings that we had every month. But now we have almost 1,600 women who have come through, been to our consultations, been through our broadcasts, suitcase broadcasts, been through our TV simulcasts. So these are the women that know what FemLINKPACIFIC does in Nosori. Most of these women are women who just stay at home and are stuck with domestic duties. When they come to our network, they learn a lot about women human rights. They learn about access to justice. They learn about different forms of sexual abuse to children and the children's rights. And they become stronger. And some of them have become leaders in their villages. Some of them have become, I've known Rini Nadan for a long time, and she's become the advisory counselor for our Tarebu South district. And she was very shy in the beginning, and she's always mentioned that she finds it hard to stand up and speak in front of a lot of people. And she attends our network monthly meetings, and she finds it very helpful. And whenever she needs help, she comes to me to ask me to help her with some of her work or some of her visits, or when she has activities going around in her area in Baunamata. Nani said the cow, she's now part of her Boseva Koro, where she's a part of the development planning within the village. We had Arietta Pengarabi from Funimono Songasong. She's part of the development planning in the village itself. So some of the women have gained a lot of confidence to be able to stand in the communities and talk about what they want, what they can see, how we can fix the issues that the women, the younger women and the girls are facing in their communities. When we have our monthly meetings, we talk about the issues that women are facing in the communities. At the same time, we work with them on finding solutions to most of the issues. So when we are doing that work, we identify the partners who will be the strategic partners, who will be the ones they can go to and talk to. Mostly it's when they talk about drainage. So if they know that they can go to Azam Khan or to the Nosori Town Council and speak to people who are responsible for that, for the street lights in the town boundaries, Nosori Town Council. If they are a bit out of the town boundaries, they know that they can go to the Commissioner Central Office, and there are people there who are willing to help us. And if they don't know how to go directly to them, they know that we can speak to our advisory counselors. We have 4 women out of 18 women on the Tarebu South advisories. We have, and they can go to district offices. Some of them can directly go to the police station and talk about some of the problems about having police posts put in their areas if there is a need for that. With the drainage, There's a lot of improvement in that. With our roads, we have a lot of improvement with our roads now. With street lights, I heard Lydia Waingalitake, who is the president of the Nosori Catholic Women's League. She's always, since she started 3 years back, she's been talking about street lights and the safety for young girls coming back from uni or women from work, and they never had street lights in Dawilevu. And just a few, 2-3 months back, she mentioned that now they've got 4 different places where she can tell us that street lights have been put in place and there is less danger now for these young women and women. Never in village, I'm talking about village settlements, they never used to be able to find the confidence in going and talking to the Turangani chorus in their village. They thought, leave it to the men. But some of them, an example would be Litia. She's the president of the Rewa Disabled Organization. And working in partnership with the Turangani chorus, she's managed to make a lot of the jetty where they have the water taxis. She's managed to make it disability friendly, and they've made proper ramps and widened the paths for wheelchair users to access, and she's advocating for that. So, and moving on to Bureto village, where she's we're gonna build in partnership with the village people, the Turangani Koro, district officers. They already have a center there, disaster center, but it's not accessible. So they are working on ways to make it accessible. Internally, it's been about bringing the women to network meetings because, you know, as they are the ones who look after their homes, their families, and sometimes they have commitments when we have our meetings, and they want to be at our meetings, and then suddenly there's a death in the family, or they got other commitments, family commitments they need to attend to. So sometimes when we say, oh, we're going to have 10 women at this meeting, and then on that particular day something happens, we cannot, you know, like say, oh, you got to be here, sort of thing. They need to be there with their families and do that. Externally, I think it would be sometimes when women talk about the, especially at the moment, it's regarding the access to justice. There's a lot of women in Osori who are victims of domestic violence. They don't know how to come out of the situations they are. So sometimes when I share my personal experience with them, they find it a little bit helpful, and they want to know how they too themselves can come out of the situations that they are in. So if they don't feel very comfortable in going alone to the police station, they might need help going there or getting the DVRO. They don't understand. They need help understanding what the DVRO can do to help them. It doesn't mean that you are divorcing your husband. It just means you're protecting yourself from being, you know, in the violent situation that you have been in. Our network growing bigger. I can see that 2014, we actually the space provided for us to bring these women leaders to talk about the issues. There are other women leaders who are interested, and the ones who are coming and telling me that, can I bring so and so, because they know that we are coming here. They read all the materials, our documentation, publications, and the distributions that we have done. So in Nosori, they know that FemLINK provides the space, and they too would like to be part of that space.